Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Survival. It's morning, hooray, and we've just made £34,449 from selling things in the farm shop. It seems very easy. It's, as always, a very slow start, making sure you've got everything ready, and then as soon as you have the products to sell, you make a fortune. So that's the honey and the fruit which we've taken over to the farm shop. And actually, yeah, as you'll know if you've been watching the series, the honey has been piling out of the door. I think it probably still is. Let's just take a look here. If we go into the farm shop page, we can see that it does say 100%, which means it is totally full. As for the apples, that's much lower. In fact, they've sold everything. They've sold all the fruit. Clearly, the capacity for fruit is pretty high. We probably should have more trees. It will likely be taking into account that you are selling an entire orchard. We just have a few trees going along the driveway. Anyway, today what we need to do is make sure we have enough food for the chickens, which are doing very well as well. We made a few £1,000 in the previous episode, so we've got the food. Actually, did they only take wheat? They might only take wheat. Oh, they take barley as well, so that should be okay. We have oats and wheat. Oh, okay, so yeah, for number 2 is fine. The oats will just have to be sold. So we're going to harvest a bit for number 2 today. We might be able to buy a new combine, possibly, as in a self-propel one. But the other thing which I'd quite like to do, hopefully we have the money, is to buy the small Massey Ferguson, which was very recently released on ModHub. This is definitely more of a want than a need. We could definitely do without it, but it's just so nice I don't want to miss out on it, and it's just perfect for this series. So you can get this as a 165, a 165 multi-power, 175 multi-power, and a 185 and multi-power. So it's going to be, if we go for it, the biggest, 185. It just makes sense. I don't know. I think that is my favourite configuration, standard. They kind of look like eyes. Interesting. No lights at all, looks more basic. Yeah, that looks so nice. Oh, turbo. Don't think turbo has a difference on the power for this tractor. And then, yeah, you can also have front loaders, front attachers, and yeah, so it's just a nice little tractor to have. Not high horsepower, but it doesn't really need to be. In fact, we could assign it to one particular job. I don't know what, but yes, it could. Well, we could have 2 tractors with front loaders. That would be fine. But yeah, as I was saying, the chickens will need some food soon, but they're doing pretty well. It's just the cleanliness which isn't great, but that takes a matter of seconds to sell. We've actually had another 2,100 eggs produced since yesterday. They're doing extremely well. Well done, chickens. Okay, so yeah, this series is obviously doing very well now. We're making a lot of progress. We can calm down a bit with the honey production because that's just taking over a bit. So I'm going to look into buying a new combine harvester for a start. Obviously it's expensive. It's not something which we're going to be able to go very big with. 84,000 for this one. Although this is actually quite overused, I haven't used it for ages and it is perfect for the farm. So maybe that is something we should consider. Let's just see the difference in working with. So if I go into the header category, don't want to dither around too much here. Yeah, 4.2 meters. The one which we currently have, I have no idea. 2.5. So that is quite an upgrade. That is certainly worth having. So yeah, first things first. In fact, we'll have enough money, guaranteed, for the other tractor. So yeah, first things first, let's take that combine away. I think we'll probably take it with the Ursus because the Ursus has the speed. Oh, and it's still here. Oh, crikey. My fruit and stuff has sold since I dumped all this stuff here. They're neatly stacked. I've also just been on ModHub and I've discovered that actually no, I don't want to buy the base game combine because there has been a really nice Dominator put onto there. In fact, there's been multiple Dominators. There is quite a substantial price difference between them, so I think it's pretty obvious that we're going to go for the cheapest, although I'd love to use both because they both look really good. I don't know which one is better. I've never used either of them before. But I think one was £40,000 plus the header, and the other was £102,000 plus the header. So I can't really justify the price difference, unless there is an obvious difference between the two. Like there could be one which is much higher spec, but I think they're quite similar. I'm just going to drop one crate off at a time at each tree, so it can automatically fill. Okay, I've installed it. Let's just sell this one first. It's not bad. £3,500 for that. Right, so starting price is £40,000 for the Dominator 106. Looks nice. You can change the colour as well to the orange sort of colour. I much prefer, personally, the standard class colour. So it's 205 horsepower. Quite powerful. We then need the header and a header trailer. So 5.1 meters, that's the C510. And nope, wrong thing. Header trailers, it's the, yes, there it is. I think we probably have to go for the standard. Yep, go for this one here. Change it to class colours, and we'll be good. Actually, yeah, it's quite expensive for just a header trailer. This is a big upgrade for our farm. I think what I'm going to do is put the trailer on the tractor just to begin with, just so we've got space to manoeuvre. Yeah, the header trailer's facing the wrong way. So if I maybe reverse that over here, that would be easiest. I don't want to mess around too much here, I know I'm messing around. But just doing my usual trick of thinking out loud. We probably could get away with not having a trailer at all, but as usual, I always try to be at least semi-realistic. Yes, I never say realistic, because somebody will always pick up on something. There we go. Right, so we'll probably be back for the Ursus later. We might even buy a new trailer, as we've come into money, and that is a good deal. It's a very good deal. But yeah, I want to get the Massey Ferguson. We'll get it with the front loader. So I will see you over at the field. We're going to be in the steep field again today. But because of the size of this machine, it really shouldn't take too long to harvest, and then we'll have another good supply of food for the chickens. We have harvested this before, and it hasn't been fertilised, actually. It's been kind of neglected. It's also full of weeds, so I'm just grateful for whatever we can get out of it. It won't be too bad. It's probably like 70% of the yield that we could have got. Is it 60%? I don't know. 70 sounds about right. So unfold that, and I do usually go around clockwise, but I think just because of my current position, I'm going to go up this side and come back down again. Right, so how much power has it got when going up the hill? It seems very good. Look at that. Loads of power. Because we've had so many issues in the past with having to pull the other harvester up, running it on the PTO and pulling it uphill. But clearly having the self-propel one does not have that problem, which is another reason why it's a good upgrade. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to get this field done as quickly as possible. What's the interior view? First person view, not bad. Obviously these things were pretty basic in the first place. But as I've said many times before, there is something fun about basic. At least to me. I always find the older basic things in some ways are much more fun. It's like when you have like a ride-on mower in real life. Those things are way more fun just to whiz around on than maybe a big full-size tractor. When I say that, I mean if you're trying to mess around, if you're just driving it around for fun, not doing a job. Those things are great fun. But yeah, well worth the upgrade. Finishing off, this has taken 5.5 minutes, which is obviously a huge upgrade from what it used to be. It used to be 15 minutes, maybe 20, yeah, probably 15, and a lot of struggling in between. So it is only 48, well it's going to be 50%? Good if it is. Oh, not quite. 49% full. Of course, the capacity is much higher than the trail one which we had, but it's still 3,711 litres, and we might even be able to tip that directly into their trough. The chickens are really in the dark area. Lots of trees. That's something I'm hoping they're going to change for the base game of FS22. The shadows during the day shouldn't be quite so dark. Squeeze through here. There we go. And yeah, just put the boom out over there and we should be okay. Might want to move that tractor before it gets squished. Yeah, so we'll keep this tractor here. This can be the chicken farm tractor. And then we're going to get the other Massey Ferguson for other stuff. As I've said, it's not really needed, but I just want to have it. There's nothing wrong with having a selection of tractors. So I wonder if that's all going to fit. It didn't. We still have 20%, so that's good. I'm not going to keep it in the combine because that isn't really what we should be doing. We're going to put it in a trailer and then put it under cover. Although really, because we don't have a grain silo, it's not really going to keep. We should get a very small grain silo. So yeah, we have the outfield as well. That can be done. But I really want to get some more land. I really do. Oh, didn't intend to get into there. Yeah, we'll put it into this trailer. This can be our grain storage trailer. Although, I don't want it to go into the tractor first. So I'm going to have to sort of do this. Is that going to reach? It's close. There we go. It's a long way for it to fall. It's almost filled it. Right, so yeah, we'll spin around, we'll put that into the shed. And then we're going to buy our new tractor. And possibly a new piece of land as well. I would love to get a new piece of land. It is time that we expanded. And we know that we're okay, we can spend that money because we have so much honey left to sell. There's not really space for this. Well, it's undercover. Soon we can expand the yard as well. It's going to go into this field here because it's quite level. It's the obvious place to put it. So, the Massey Ferguson. I think we're going to fully spec it, so I'm just going to do that really quickly off screen. That has pushed the price up to £35,200, which I know is expensive. We'll also need to get the front loader. I don't know if we have a special one for it. I think it might just take a standard one. I wonder if we can change that one. Don't know. Well, we'd have to fit it straight away. So many new machines. So yeah, first time I've used this. What is it like? Seems good. Pedal works. Brake pedal works. Nice tractor. Yeah, it's going to come in handy. It's actually quite fast as well. I think we're going to sell some eggs. We're going to sell those eggs which are sat out in the sun. It's not what we should be doing with a crate of eggs. Especially 2,100 of them. Although I don't think one egg is going to equate to a litre. Whoa, it's not even attempting to struggle. There really is some power in that. It feels like much more than 75. I suppose I did opt to have the turbo, so that probably made a difference. What a beast. Absolute beast. So pleased to see more of these tractors appearing on ModHub. So, oh, the trees might need water as well. But anyway, first things first. Let's just get the price for the piece of land. I think it was a bit out of our range, although maybe not before we bought that tractor. 82, 86 and 28. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad either. 34 for number 10. So it's just a case of finding the right one. For number 18. These ones here are quite nice actually. They are something to consider. For number 18. What I'm going to do is put the sides back on this trailer. Take it over to fin number 18. We'll see what the crop is like. Hopefully it's good. Get it harvested, and then from there we can start to expand. Because the thing about field number 18 is the field itself is minute, absolutely tiny, but the actual area that you own is much bigger, so we can just plough it up. Why does it want to do this? Oh yeah, of course, it's right here. There we go. So yeah, we're certainly sticking with the vintage theme. That was the intended idea. So yeah, we're going to have to use the plough at some point. But I know you're going to be shocked. And oh, by the way, we don't own for number 5. I've been meaning to sell that. We started off with it, I think. Unless, of course, it's sort of part of... It's part of field number 1, you see. So we can't really get rid of it. But no, we don't own field number 5. Although technically we do. Although technically we don't. Yes, the reason why I ignored it in the first place was for that reason. I didn't want to start off with too much, and I knew it was included with the starting field. This tractor really doesn't hesitate at all. It's got some power. Going through the lovely woodland. It's a nice area. I think it is going to be a nice change to venture outside of our usual area. So the field in question is this one just over here. It is, as I've said, very, very small. That is literally it. It does not include that piece. That's it. But all the grassland you see is included. So yeah, you can see the piece of land there, and then we've got all of this and even some forest. So that is £29,290. Which I think is going to be more interesting than buying those slightly bigger fields. Park the tractor here. Nice. So that is a barley crop. Let me get this right. A barley crop. We'll get the combine, we'll get it done, and then we'll have more grain for the chickens. But first, we have the pallet, which is currently turning into an omelette in the sun. Well, it would be an omelette if somebody had tipped the pallet over and broken all the eggs. We'll just take the one. So the best price currently, I think it's usually the same place, does tend to be £10,688, and the place is up there. So yeah, essentially main road, cuts across, pretty easy. Prepare to get some good money. We'll hopefully use the Massey Ferguson as well to plough the new field, even though we have the Ursus. Just nice to use a smaller, even more vintage tractor. Wow, £22,444. Those chickens are worth it. Really worth it. I've got the boxes automatically collecting fruit. When a tree has a ripe piece of fruit, it picks it itself and pops it in the box. It's brilliant, it saves us so much time. Okay. So into the Dominator. I don't know if we need the trailer for this because it is quite steep and very narrow going through the woodland. I'll try it, but I will close the combine. Don't want to be putting bits of tree in there, leaves and sticks and stuff. Oh look, this farmer's growing weeds. I just have to be careful of the bridge. There is a bit of a drop underneath here. Okay, it's quite narrow, but we should be okay. Any bigger, and this header wouldn't have fit. And yeah, this is going to take maybe 60 seconds to harvest. And I don't think I'm exaggerating. I say I don't think because I really don't know. But yeah. Okay, more than 60 seconds. 61 seconds. You're welcome to time it. No, it'll probably take 2 or 3 minutes, but yeah, let's just give it a go, starting now. It's not going to be too long. We could actually make use of the grass. We could do something with that before we plough it up. No, I'm going with 2 minutes. A maximum of 2 minutes. Seems like a pretty good crop. Okay, make sure we don't put any straw into the undergrowth. I won't jump cut because obviously the timing would get messed up. Yeah, I don't know how long it was. I don't know what time I started recording, but I'd imagine we're about a minute in. Right, I don't think this is going to be wide enough to take in all of that, so we're going to have to go down and up again, essentially double the time it's taken. I wish I knew what we were on. How far in? It's almost wide enough. Oh, it is wide enough. So we can quickly blast back to the beginning. Lovely. Right, let's spin round. Get that final piece done. So, for anybody who has been recording the time, I'm sure not many people have, but if you have been doing, you can post down below if you'd like to, how long that's taken. We're finished, there we go. I have no idea. It feels like about 2 minutes. Not that it matters too much. So we have another 1,991 litres of barley. Pretty good. I think what I'll do is I'll just pack the combine up here. We can take it back another time, and we'll make sure that that grain gets put under cover. Well, we'll probably put it over at the chickens themselves, because they can just have it immediately when there is space, which won't be too long from now. Oh, I love this tractor. The acceleration is just phenomenal. Let's check out the lights. Pretty good lights. Driving it like a lunatic. Also, the dashboard's pretty good too. Seems to function. Yep. Clearly we haven't tried out the front loader yet, but that will happen in due course. Oh, I love this area. So nice. Whoop. That was unintentional. Oh, it's so good. And here we are back at the chickens. They will be pleased. They have a constant supply. So we might have to look into increasing the amount of chickens that we have, or hens that we have, and just making this some massive scale chicken farm. But I think that is probably everything for today. Everything's gone so well. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and please do remember to click the thumbs up button if you have done. And yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.